All righty, everybody. Um, I'm here today to show you guys how to do your paper and pencil quizzes without a printer. It does require something else, though, and but a lot of you guys are having trouble. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I said about 20% of you guys are having trouble of printing off your quizzes and then scanning them, setting the resolution way too high. And so if you're getting them back and you're looking at your quizzes after they're graded and they're too dark for you to see what you wrote, then it's probably too dark for me to read after I print them off. So in that, I decided to show you another option, but it requires you to have a stylus. Okay, so it's going to have one of these. That's kind of a requirement. This is kind of what the pen looks like. So some people have an iPad. You can use those as well. But the way it works is that you have to basically use your computer, okay, or an iPad, like I said. So I'm going to show you, if I share my screen with you, I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So what I want to do is, now this works for Math 138 as well, but I wanted to just pull up one of them because they're the same idea. So what I did was I went back in and took every weekly quiz and put them combined. So you're going to see a week 1 quiz, week 2 quiz, and week 3 quiz. But they're not under the paper pencil quizzes because I want to keep that kind of where it's at, because a lot of semesters, students don't have that much trouble doing this, but it seems like this summer is getting a little bit more chaotic to some people. And so what I decided to do is go into document sharing, okay? And to make it easier, I'm going to, okay, now these ones that with no way with exit, that means you can't see it. So, but the ones that got a check mark here, these are the ones you can see. So when you open this up on the document sharing, you're not going to see all these below here at all. So the only ones you're going to be able to see is these one with a check mark. So understand that. So it looks like there's a bunch of them here because this is where I uploaded the quizzes into my math lab to begin with. But they're already in the paper pencil quizzes on a link, so you don't have to deal with this. But if you scroll over this, this will kind of tell you what's on here. So if I scroll this one, this is the policy statement. This has been here all along. The lecture schedule, again, been here all along. Then the remaining ones are the ones I just uploaded. This is the week 1 quizzes. Now this is gone by. So what I'll do is I'll just open out week 3. They're not in order for some reason. They don't put them in order. This is a week 3. This is the one you're going to be opening up right here. So if you come over here and just hit download, this is where it is. So if you do this, let me just go ahead and do week 3s. Now, in order for this to work, you have to have Edge, okay? It won't work on Chrome, and it won't work on Firefox. I don't believe Firefox. I know it doesn't work on Chrome, but you have to use Edge in order for this to work. So, and if you look at this, first thing you would do, I want you to notice this. This is like, for example, this is Math 136 again. This is 2.2. This is the second page. They're all bundled in here. So you don't have to scan and make sure they're already in order. They're already in order. So this is 2.4. This is 2.4, second page. Okay, so these are all 6 pages of this week's quiz. If you notice, yeah, it's a little lighter this week because we're getting into some harder material. So sometimes we had like 4 or 5, even 6 quizzes in one week in my 138, I believe, class. And but those were just very remedial, I should say. I shouldn't say remedial. I should say prerequisite material. So, but these are already in order. So what you have to do, okay, and by the way, one of my gripes is when you guys are turning these in, is there's a reason this line here says name and section number, okay? So it's on this quiz, it's on this quiz, and it's on this quiz. It's on all 3 quizzes for the week. Don't just put it on your name on one of them. Heck, I have some people not put it on any of them. I mean, what you do is when you scan them and you send them to me, I print them off immediately. And when I print them off, that's how I have my grader grade them. Okay. So they're graded that way. Okay. So when I print them off and separate them and everything else for the grader, if your name is not on it, when it comes back and when I compile them back together, if your name is not on it, I don't know who to assign the points to. So that's why your name was, and besides, when an instructor in college has a little line that says name and section number, that's not, this is not an option. This is not an optional thing. This is something you're supposed to do. Okay. So it's not like high school that the teacher always gets onto you to keep you putting your name on it. We don't play that game here. So eventually I just will stop grading them if I don't see a name on it. So I'm being a little polite right now, trying to figure out whose name goes with what. But when you get into that fourth, fifth week, you're on your own. So if you don't have your name on it, I don't grade. So just be forewarned on that. Now let's go back to what the task at hand is. So let's say, this is week 3, right? So this is week 3's. Here's my stylus, okay? So what I'm going to do is put my name on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my name on this one. So let's see if I can do that. Oh, first of all, let me show you how to do this. Draw, okay? Drop down menu, okay? I'm going to go black. Don't do this in any other color besides black, especially red, because it gets graded in red. Just let's put it in black. So if you notice that blue turned into black. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So, and by the way, if you want to erase something, that's the eraser right there. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let me scribble here real quick, and then I'm going to hit the eraser, and then click on that, and it goes away. Sometimes you have to double click to make sure you hit it. Let's go back into the draw, and you kind of know it's if it's drawing because when you scroll over the page, there's a pencil there. So the first thing you do is go to name, put your name there. Okay, first and last name. Only time you get to put your first name there is if your name is Oprah or Prince. Prince is dead. So people who go by their first name is usually people who are movie stars and stuff like that, or singers and stuff like that, and you're not one of those yet. So put your first and last name on there. Section, now I open this up in 136, section 898. So the first thing I do is I put math, or you could do math MTH in 136-898 is that section number. Now that needs to go there, it needs to go here, and it needs to go there. So again, this only works in Edge, not Chrome. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how it works, okay? So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to match the graph with A, B, C, or D. So let's look at A right here. X plus 1 squared plus 1. So the X plus 1 makes it go left, and then the plus 1 goes up 1. So the vertex will be at -1, 1. Okay, so -1, 1, no, yes, no, no. So A goes here. You can do lowercase if you want. Okay, so you do all of those. And let's say I did all of those, and let's come down here to number 2. Okay, it's got to look like 2x squared. It has a vertex of -3, 5. Okay, so y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So that's the formula for the standard form of a parabola. Now, since it has the same shape as that one, that 2 is that a. So it's going to be y equals 2 times x minus h. Well, h is -3, so it's going to be plus 3. And I always look at it this way. What makes that 0? Oh, it's -3. Well, that's what the x coordinate is. That's why that matches. And then the k is the 5. That's how much you go up. Now, my math lab I think they'll be okay with this, but they might want you to multiply it out. And I'm not going to show you that here. But let's say somebody rang the doorbell, and I can't. I got to stop. Okay, and I can't finish the quiz. So what you do is you go up here. It's out of the way. Get this and save. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'll come back to it later. Okay, on my desktop. There it is. Okay, and I'll just call it, I'll just call it that, but I'll call it Gary. Okay, so it's Math 136 week 3 quizzes, Gary, and it's saved my desktop so I can access it later. Okay, and I hit save. Now it's on my desktop. Okay, so let's say, okay, I got out of this and I want to go back later. Okay, so now, okay, I'm back to this page right here. So now I got to go back to my desktop. I'm going to bring this down here. Let's minimize this. Okay, let's bring this over here. You won't see this for a little bit. Let me get out of here. Okay, and if you notice right here is on my desktop right here. So what I'm going to do is, I think that's it. Yeah. So week 3 quizzes. I'm going to bring it over to my other monitor just for a second, and I'll come bring it back. Okay. So then I say, okay, I need to come back to that. Now you don't really need to be in here anymore. Okay. Because it's already on my desktop. So you're done with this really. So let's go and let's open this back up. But when I open it up, look, it already has the work that I've already done on here. Okay. And then I can just continue. Okay. So then if I wanted to, okay, let's do some more of this one right here. This one, okay, let me make sure my drawer works. Okay, yep. It defaults back to blue for some reason. I don't like that. But, okay, there it is. Remember the eraser. Okay, so the eraser is, again, if I make a mark, oh, I didn't mean to make that mark. Go my eraser, click on, maybe double click on it, and there it is. You just had to hit it a couple of times and go over it. So let's say now, I'm back to this one. Okay, this one here, I was on A. I did A. Okay, B. B is 1 unit to the right because it's -1. X equals 1 makes it 0. And so it's going to be 1 to the right and 1 down. That's up. That's down. Oh, that's it. So this is right here is B. So last time I hit was the eraser. So I got to go back into my drawer. And there it is. Okay. And then I hit the pencil. Okay, so this is B. Okay, and then if I want to do the rest of them, that's fine. Okay, and then 2B, and you go through this one. Okay, it looks like this one. That's at -3. So if you go back and kind of look, it's kind of like the A. So Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Okay, so it's got that A, same A. So it's going to be -3 X. And then the H is the X coordinate of your vertex. So since it's got a maximum, it's got the same X though, 6. So it's going to be X minus 6 squared. And then it's got a maximum of 3. So plus 3. So the vertex is 6, 3, and it's opening down. So that is the maximum. So, and you can stop and save, come back as much as you want. But when it's all said and done, when you did all of this work with your stylus, when you said all the same and you save it, when you email that file to me, it's already in order. You don't have to worry about resolution being too high, so it's too dark for the teacher to grade. But the only thing is, you need one of these. You need a stylus or an iPad or something like that. So that works with these. You don't have to scan it. You don't have to take pictures of it and stuff like that. You know, why didn't you give us this option to begin with? Because usually the other techniques I have usually works, number one. Number two is that, yeah, when you're doing this, you don't want to give these students too many options. So, and because it gets kind of confusing. I think at this point, if you're doing it, and I haven't said anything about your resolution or pages out of order, stuff like that, that means you're okay and you can keep doing it the way you want. This is just for those students who the resolution is set way too high. Pages are missing in your document and stuff like this. And this is, and plus another reason I don't do it immediately is because a lot of people don't have one of these. It's one of these stylus things. And so some people barely have a phone to do it with. So, but this is just another option. You're not required to do it this way. Like I said, if it's working for you already, then I haven't said anything. If I say it again after the test 3 resolution, I'm going to tell you to watch this video again, and you might want to get a stylus in this thing here. I got this from school, so it didn't cost me anything, but I think these things are like 20 bucks max. And if you're a freshman, especially if you're a freshman, it might be worth your while to go ahead and get one, because you got 4 years of college, maybe plus some more if you have to go past that. And these things are worth their money in gold. So, you know, they do they do well when you're doing stuff like this. And so, and if you're taking an online class, so it's probably not your last online class, I'm just telling you, it's probably worth the money to invest in it. Yeah, I mean, if you're a senior and you're about ready to graduate and you're going to be working at McDonald's for the rest of your life, and probably not worth your money, buy one of these. Okay, if you're about ready to graduate, and if you, well, I said McDonald's, but you know, if you're going to work somewhere else that gives these to you, then you may not need to buy one. So it's up to you what you want to do. But if you want to invest in this, especially if you're a freshman, it's really money well spent. So I think they sell them on Amazon. I can't remember. I think I looked once, but it's been a couple of years since I looked to see how much they were, because I have another computer in my home, and I thought about buying one for them. I mean, I've got two. I got one in my office and one here at home. But both of these were given to me by the math department. So, but I have another computer. I thought about getting one, and I couldn't ask them for another, I think. And so, but I haven't gotten it yet. So this is what I have for you guys today. And again, you can save this. Now, one thing about this is it's really irritating to students. They're like, they do all this work. They may do this at one sitting and get it all, and they'll forget to save it. If you don't save it to your desktop or somewhere else, all the work you did is gone. Okay, so you might, while you're working, maybe get through a page, save it, just save it, just as a backup. Okay, and that way you won't do more than one page at a time. Because if you work 4 pages, 5 pages, and then your computer hits that dies on you or whatever, and you don't have it saved, you're going to lose a lot of work, and that's very frustrating. Okay, so I've done that before in other situations. So, but just be forewarned. So, okay. All right, I'm going to put this on YouTube. You're going to notice, you're going to know that in a second, because you'll have the link, and I'll let you guys know what this is all about. So I'll talk to you later. You have a good one. If you have any questions on other aspects of this video, let me know. Talk to you later.